How did you come to know, or when did you first meet Sloping?
It's crazy because I always feel sloping is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today. When I started listening to Chicano rap, I started listening to Slow and all his music. I was a huge fan, big fan. I never got a chance to actually go see him, because I was in the middle of getting my own crazy stuff, getting into trouble, whatever. So I never got a chance to go see him, but I always was a fan. And then one day, the homie Johnny U had let me go back. I skipped too hard ahead. One of his homegirls, I guess she worked with them and did stuff with them and book shows, and she's just like, hey, let's go to the studio, got some friends, come check them out. Because I was rapping already, but I was still pretty brand new. I didn't know anything. I was still trying to put things together. So I was all right, let's go. So we ended up going to one of the homies' houses. I think it was Covina. So we walk in, and the first person I see was Slow. Oh man, I was just like, I was struck. I was just like, I can't believe I'm here with them, And cool, that night they recorded, so I got to sit down on a session, and I still didn't even talk to them or nothing. I was like literally just stuck quiet. I just sat there through a session, and I just watched them do their thing. And then after that, they just started playing cards, and we stood there all night. And it was maybe about close to 2-3 in the morning when it was kind of like I broke in and told me, hey man, like I'm a fan, like this is so dope, and like right off the bat, like so I would say, like he didn't even know me, and he just started cracking jokes about me, what I'm trying to do, and he was putting me on blast for everybody right there. But it was cool. Like at that moment, I didn't even care because I was such a fan, and I thought he was cool people, and that was a really dope night. I've never forgot that night. That was like really, really cool, and just being there, I literally got more motivated to start rapping.
About how long would you say, or if you could give us a year, when do you think this took place?
I want to say that was probably like I could be wrong, but I want to say maybe it was about 2003, 2002,
Okay.
2003, way back then. And so the homegirl kept taking me to a couple of their shows and stuff like that. And then I got an opportunity to go actually to Arizona with them, on the road with them, and that was a pretty crazy occasion too, because it was just I got to meet the whole mafia, and that was even a bigger wow, because Sal was there, Lil Dean was there, Big Bandit. And I met also through there. I met the homie Doe Beezy that was always with them, and it was cool. It was just cool, like vibing with them. And then when I got a chance to sit there and start selling their merchandise, like that was just dope. Like just watching all of them and talking to Slow and helping them just get rid of their merch and stuff like that. Like it was just I felt like I wasn't part of their team, but I felt like I wasn't part of their team because just being a big fan of being there. And then I got to go to this dope show they had in Las Vegas, the Psycho Realm show. And on that time, I was already talking to Slow a little bit more. So he was just telling me already at that time, like, hey, why don't you do something with this, and I was like, we'll see, I wasn't too sure. I was motivated, but I just didn't know what direction to go, because I never left the hood or nothing like that. All I knew was the hood and just barely started to see what they were doing. It wasn't until right about that time, I think, I don't want to get my dates wrong, but the homie Dobeezy had introduced myself to Johnny U, and Johnny U did, I think it was, what's the name of the song? I think it was OG Love. Mm-hmm. And he had a record release, and I performed there, and all the guys were there and stuff. So I was able to connect more with people there and stuff. And Johnny U had signed me, and by that time, my fan base grew a little more, and I was able to talk to Slow and tell him that Johnny's gonna put me on, and Slow was like, oh, that's dope, because Slow had put out one of Johnny U's album too. So I just told him, like, I just don't know which direction to go with it or what I'm gonna do with it. And he told me, he literally talked to me like, how can I say, how can I say, like, just like a big homie. Like, he really schooled me. He schooled me. There we go. He schooled me on the ropes. He didn't talk to me like very nicely. He was like real strict like that. He was like, if you're gonna do this, don't waste no one's time. Don't waste your time. Like, you got some good people there. You need to take advantage of it. You need to, jump on it. And I told him that Tony G was gonna also help me out. And he's like, there you go. Do that. Do listen to him. Do what he's gotta do. You know what I mean? Just putting the ropes and everything, and that definitely expanded my mind more. And I was like really grateful, just thankful that I was able to have that little time with him, for him to like, get pump me up more, school me right and put me in the direction where I need to go. I needed like that firmness, and then he definitely put that there for me. and I got going on the first album, which went fantastic. And then his homegirl ended up hooking me up with an album deal that we did called I Got Your Back. And when we did this, I reunited with him again. And there's a song in there called Soldier Boy. And he wrote that song. So that was just even more like dope. The fact that I was going to spit a song that written by him. So he came to the studio with us and we came up with the concept. He wrote the song down. He was there when we recorded it. He guided me to it, how to spit it, how to deliver it. So it was awesome just to be able to now at this point be more closer to him and him guiding me there when I was recording and putting everything together, and especially the song that he wrote,
right.
Like that was just,
right.
That was amazing. That was really amazing. And there was times where we did have down moments when we just like arrived to hotels and stuff like that, and he was there with us, and he would talk to me, like he would always like talk to me like real firm, and I took that really serious, especially coming from him. And, and like you said, he did crack jokes about it too, and he would walk away. He would say something smart, he would walk away, and I'd be like, damn, like I wanted to upset him or something, but I didn't. He was cool. He came back. He knew what's up. And just the fact that there was moments also where we still kind of get to know him. I mean, he trusted me with a lot of things, and that was dope. And he was such a good mentor. He definitely laid everything down how it needed to be. And just the fact being there, watching them, observing and learning the ropes, and being to deliver and do what I got to do this day is a blessing. Like, it's literally a blessing. Like, I knew there's no way I could have been here if it wasn't for all of them. And, and where I am today, because I learned a lot from all of them, especially from Slow, because he was like one of the main ones that I looked up to. But yeah.
When you told me that the way he spoke to you, he was very direct. Mm-hmm. I truly believe that with this new generation of rappers, we need more people like that. Mm-hmm. A lot more people. And a lot of us aren't speaking like that to them for fear of maybe offending them, and that's why you see a lot of younger generation rappers, and not just Chicano, just in general.
Right.
That's what they take shots at legends.
They do. They do.
And I don't know if that's what they call today, clout chasing or whatnot. Maybe because I dissed the legend, let me go ahead and get noticed. But that legend, like a Slow Pain, didn't get there by taking shots at anybody. He built his own empire on his own. Mm-hmm. And for somebody to take a shot, possibly like at him or at somebody else, it's kind of like, I'm not going to give this guy any fame, but there was a little kid that dissed Tupac, and Tupac's been dead. Mm-hmm. He said that something like Tupac's music was boring, Tupac's music is irrelevant or whatnot. Then this kid goes and performs somewhere, and they made sure they didn't perform because the fans didn't want that. They didn't want to hear that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I do believe that the way he spoke to you, not that I think he was trying to be mean, but maybe you needed that in that point of your life.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I think I got a good, honestly, I got a good vibe like that from all of them. You know what I mean? It was always like that with all of them. But that's because they knew what's up. They were always on the road. They were with Slow. They were all working together. So, because, I did a song with Sal Capone on my first album. You know what I mean? And just his flow, the way it came all the time, like I paid attention to that. And I knew I had to match that when I did that song with him. There was a time when I sat down with Big Bandit to work on some music, and he schooled me too on how he sees things and how if I'm gonna do this, I need to do it right. Like they were all. But even Seven, when I worked with Seven, he with the music, the beats, he's always just like very direct. I never got a chance to work with Lil D, but when I did talk to him back then, like it, he was cool. He was cool, but he's just very, very direct, very like. Constantly, they know what they got to do. They just got to go do it. And I think I picked up a lot of schooling from all of them. And I like where I'm at today because I know I am because of all of them and because I learned and because also, I was able to be put on a good platform where I had an amazing single come out. Yeah. I had, good backing at that time. And I am here now. And I just didn't stop. And literally what keeps me going to this day is Old Town Mafia, like all of them. Every little piece of all of them always kept me pushing and going. That's why I don't give up. And the whole Chicano rap music, like that's just me, I feel it. That's where I came from. Even though my beats might change or, you know, whatever, like I'm still old school and I still deliver who I am and where I came from, you know what I mean? And just keep pushing, like, you know, and look at him. He just the fact when I found out that he was coming back, and the good thing is like I got to speak to him. Luckily, like right at the end of August, I got to speak to him really quick, and that was like so cool because I was like, "What, Slow? This is you?" He's like, "Yeah, it's me, sis." And I was like, "Oh, that's so dope! Like you're recording again?" He's like, "Yup." And I'm like, "I already know everybody's hitting you for features." He goes, "I got a gang of features." He's all, but I was like, "As much as I would like to jump on all of them, he's like, I need to take this one slow." He said.